Okay, we're back. Welcome to today's video. DJ coming at you with another video. Today we're gonna do a review on my ancestry results. I did this test at some point last year actually. I was just kind of doing research, kind of going back on my family tree, doing all that stuff, which is what you're seeing here. But it's been very gratifying to try to find things about my family on both sides. That's why I felt like I needed to do this video. People probably won't ever have an opportunity to do so, so I wanted to shed some light on it and talk about how easy the experience was for me. Open up this, but basically you spit in the tube, release and shake. This is very detailed. It says register your kit. You scan the QR code, sensory data. Do not skip this. Registering kit, unique code, and the only way you get your data results. Okay. You spit in the tube. Let me read this off. Release and shake. You tighten and release the stabilizing fluid. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds, and then you mail in your sample in a collection bag, which I'm pretty sure is included in here. This is going to Mount Juliet, Tennessee. That's the Ancestry's headquarters, apparently. And I just drop it in the mail. And it says, place your tube in a collection bag, mail in your sample, place sample in a prepaid mailing box, seal your box on the adhesive strip, and mail it in. Okay, I think the first thing I'm probably gonna do is look and see what we got here. Notice they have a cool little pull-out tab. This is the seal. It's the Ancestry DNA. It's like sealed. I see like the fluid in there and then like the other stuff. You guys can see it. Oh no, too bright. It may be a little better. Then this is the sealing. Looks like this is some kind of card, activation card, and I don't know. It says no posters necessary. Okay, this is the mailing. This is the mailing box right here. So what you get it in is what you mail it out in. You pull this open, cover it, close it. You put it in. Okay, let me just do the first part of this. Registering your kit. So it's saying I have to do something with the QR code. So I'm gonna take this QR code that I see here on here, and then we're gonna make it so it's registered. Bam. Okay, I'm registering my box right now. Gotta sign into my ancestry. Just did it on my computer, so now it's basically asking me link the kit. I gotta link it to kit, add, fill in some facts about myself. So the activation kit, I think this thing has information on it, which I have to activate this by opening this kit here and putting the information into the system. So I'm gonna do that. So that's what we're gonna do. Then here, this is like the thing I spit into, and then this is like the other thing, I guess is like the thing that procures whatever I got. So let me put this information in real fast. Activation code is what it's called. Instructions are available inside of the thing. So now they're gonna ask me for personal information. So I'm gonna enter that in. This is my first time. Have I had bone marrow stem transplant from another person? No, I haven't. Is someone else in your household submitting their DNA to? No, only me. And it says you can connect and participate in matches, like if you want to find someone that you're connected to genetically. Partially leads to expected discoveries. Participate. Allow matches to view and compare my trait. Now we won't do that. Okay, now what is it? How should we display your DNA matches? Male, late? I don't know. Visual representation of relationship as male? I don't know. This is funny. Okay, I consent or agree to DNA processing. Identify potential relatives. DNA ancestry may also be inviting. Participate in questionnaires. I consent. DNA sample storing voluntary. Have to consent to all of this. Why not? I really want this information as quickly as possible. New information in my relatives I've discovered. That's good, register it. All right, now it's saying success. I'm registered for the test. So now basically all I have to do now is you spit here. I don't know how. Since I spit here and then I release this in there. I take this cap off and then I release this inside of it and then shake it. So, all right, let's see. I gotta build up some saliva. This is disgusting. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's in there. Spit up to the line, saliva, pass tube into your saliva, not including the bubbles. Just above the wavy line. Gotta do that. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but I think it's about right there. Looks good. All right, so now I take this cap off, and then I put this on there, I shake it. And make sure it's good. All right, it's telling me my ancestry has been
update it. And this is what we got here, guys. That's what it looks like. All right, let me shake it for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I put this inside of the collection bag after I make sure it's tightened. Collection bag is right here. It's saying now, put it in the collection bag and then mail your sample. Place the sample bag in the prepaid mailing box. Seal the box with adhesive strip and mail it. So do this there. And that adhesive strip they were talking about, it's right here. So basically, bam, bam, and then I just seal like that. And I'm gonna put a piece of tape on the back of it and we're good to go. No postage necessary, mail in the United States. Now we mail this back out, wait a couple weeks, and then see what they say. That's it.
For me, basically, I got the package in the mail. Probably took a couple weeks for it to get to me. I got the package, sent it in. It took maybe 3 to 4 weeks. I think like 3.5 weeks or so for the results to come back. Looked at the results, and then that was it. Had additional packages for you to go and look at other stuff as far as just like the family tree, going back on history, looking at United States Census reports and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But let's look at the results, review portion of my genetic makeup, if you will. See what we got here. First one at the top of the list is 28% Nigerian. Let's see, there's Nigeria. It says most of the Nigerian region is tropical with distinct wet and dry seasons. Civilizations such as Manana kingdoms and Benin Empire thrived here for centuries. Kind of been looking into it and very interesting. So let's see. And it says Benin and Togo, which is what was made reference to with the Nigerian ancestry. It says I'm 21% Benin and Togo. And prior to this, sadly, I couldn't tell you where any of these locations were outside of the major ones, obviously. Nigeria, Ghana, I see those, but those smaller places, not too familiar with them, but it's pretty much right here in this area. Togo region centers around the Orme Gap, a strip of savanna that divides the region's otherwise humid rainforest into two. Okay, pretty much like a dividing land here. That makes sense because they're pretty close together. You have Nigeria and then Togo, Benin area. I think the only thing separating them is this strip of land here. It's in between. Okay, what's next on the list here? Say Mali. Mali is further west. It's from the heart of the Sahara Desert and the tropical coast of Sierra Leone. Mali has been an important crossroads for trade routes between North Africa and West Africa for centuries. Okay, Western Africa, close to Senegal, Sierra Leone, Liberia. I mean, it's actually pretty close. These areas are relatively close. Next on the list, at 10%, we have Cameroon. It's a bit east. Cameroon is a bit east than we were before. Cameroon, I believe that Joel and Lee's for Cameroon. Cameroon region boasts rich tapestry and landscapes from beaches and deserts to mountains, grasslands, and forests. People are diverse as a landscape. Many people speak 4 or more languages. Okay, 5% Scotland, with the center of northern third island of Great Britain, stretching from the Brittany of France. The Scotland ethnicity region is known for its geographical beauty, medieval architecture, and folklore. Okay, Scotland. This is kind of where it starts dwindling down and is more of a mixture. Western Bantu people, extended to central of southwestern Africa, are Western Bantu people region wind through the tropical rainforests, humid savannas, and semi-arid deserts. Starting about 3,000 years ago, Bantu-speaking people spread from the areas around the border to the modern-day Cameroon and Nigeria through much of the sub-Saharan Africa, which is one of the greatest migrations in human history. Okay, the Netherlands, 4% region known for its flat and low-lying Netherlands known for its flat and low-lying geography. Less than half of this country standing over 3-foot sea level. Wow, most of its populated areas are populated by dikes and dunes. Okay, Ivory Coast is Ghana, 3%, which is basically the southern section of that area. Every French and Portuguese explorer identified sections of West Africa coast as area resources, which is low. I'm not sure what that says. Côte d'Ivoire. I butcher everything. That's why I didn't want to read this. Ivory Coast got the modern name. Neighboring Ghana was known as the Gold Coast until it won its independence from the colonial rule in 1956. Okay, so we got here. Wales. Rolling hills and steep cliffs bounding by England. The east, 870 miles of coastline on the north, west, and south make up the Wales population region, or Cameroon in Welsh, which is still there. First settled by Celtic tribes, the country's ancient and medieval history has been preserved and woven into the modern sense of Welsh identity and pride. Okay, it's saying Nigeria woodlands. Nigerian woodlands region, this is 2%. It's 2% Nigerian woodlands. It says Nigerian woodlands region lies north, and the confluence lies just north of the confluence of the Niger and Bendu rivers, extending northward to the woodlands meet by the savannah. It's like a smaller subset. I was trying to look at the area and then see, but it's basically there. And it's 2%. So there's a lot of 2%, 1%, all that stuff. Ireland, obviously. Ireland's population is centered on the small island famed for its emerald green landscape, vibrant Celtic folklore, and deep-rooted spirit and hospitality. Spirit of hospitality, 2%. And then 1%, Senegal. Africa, westernmost nation. The namesake of our Senegal region lies about 1,000 miles from the equator and boasts miles of beach along the Atlantic. Okay, Mali, Guinea. Okay, South Bantu people. Our South Bantu people, forward region is full of subtropical Greenland and coastlines where locals have fished like Piston Lake, Olo. Told you I was gonna butcher this. In Indian Oceans, for generations, Bantu-speaking people arrived between 1st century BCE and 4th century CE and continued spreading over the next millennium. Okay, got two more here. Germanic Europe, 1%. A Germanic landscape of Germanic Europe region rises from Dutch and German lowlands along the North Sea through forest upland to Austria Alps in the south. Okay, and last but not least, indigenous Americas. Diverse land of indigenous Americas. North region span from the Pacific Canadian coast to northern Atlantic coastline. These lands were the home vast majority of Native American groups, from the nomad tribes on the plains to the more sedentary people of the Northeast. Okay, surviving hunting and foraging on agriculture, and also traded and formed relationship with the French. 1%, huh? Okay, and that seems to be it. That is all. Okay, guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Just curious, I want people to post in the comments about if they've taken this test, what were the results, what were they surprised about the results, did they think the results were not accurate, so on and so forth. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy the content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.